And now, with the coming of spring, this country stands, of course, on the very brink of its spectacular bicentennial summer. And with the nation's 200th birthday celebration almost at hand, we've sent correspondent Wally Ballou to one of America's most historic spots in downtown Boston. And to capture the atmosphere of the moment up there, we switch now to Wally Ballou.
Wally Ballou, flaxen-haired reporter, speaking from one of America's most historic spots, directly in front of the Old North Church here in Boston. Some of you listeners may already know the nation's 200th birthday celebration is almost at hand. So as we stand on the very brink of our spectacular bicentennial summer, I decided to visit this place and capture some of the atmosphere of the moment. Right now, I've moved with my mobile equipment to join a local figure who's apparently in business at this historic location. What is your name, sir?
Me?
Yeah.
My name is Wrightmeyer, Ferlin G. Wrightmeyer.
Mr. Wrightmeyer, I guess I'm correct in stating that your place of business is right here in this location.
That's right. I've been selling souvenirs off this little cart in front of the Old North Church for 32 years now. Well, actually, it hasn't been from this same cart for 32 years. This is the third cart I've had.
Well, I don't imagine our listeners care.
Excuse me, I might mention that the other two didn't wear out. I just had to get bigger carts as I added new souvenir items and put in a line of candy bars and chewing gum.
Yes, well, as I was saying, I don't imagine the listeners are too interested in hearing why you've had 3 carts in 32 years.
Well, that may be true, but after all, you're the one who came up to me with that microphone and started asking questions, so I assumed you wanted me to say something.
Well, I do, of course, but I think our audience is mostly interested in learning how a man in your line of work at this location is preparing for the big summer ahead. I guess this will be the most profitable year you ever expect to have, won't it?
Oh, gosh, I kind of doubt that. You know, the Red Sox got into the World Series there last year, and a lot of my business depends upon a steady demand for baseball pennant and caps. So I did great in 75.
Well, you're certainly expecting more customers this year. After all, this is going to be the summer of 1976.
Well, true, and a lot of people think the Red Sox can come right back and take it all again this year, but I don't know. The Yankees' pitching looks better. Oakland could be improved, too.
Mr. Wrightmeyer, why do you keep talking about the Red Sox when you got this prime location selling souvenirs right in front of the Old North Church?
Well, being out in front of the church doesn't help my business at all. I mean, people on their way to church don't ordinarily buy baseball souvenirs. I guess they feel silly sitting there during the services holding a Red Sox pennant. So actually, I sell most of my stuff to tourists who are just passing by.
Well, that's what I figured. So don't you think the tourists will be buying a lot more merchandise from you in this summer of 76?
Well, it's too early to say. I mean, the Orioles could suddenly put it all together. Cleveland was coming up fast late last season. And if the Red Sox drop 8 or 10 games off the pace by mid-season, well, I think it's a goner.
Mr. Wrightmeyer, don't you know this is the year of America's bicentennial?
The year of what?
The bicentennial, 200th anniversary of our independence. Can't believe you haven't read about it in the papers.
Well, I don't read the papers much, but now that you mention it, I think I did catch something about the bicentennial on TV. Of course, the announcer said right at the beginning of the program that it was only going to be a bicentennial minute. So I figured it couldn't be too important.
Well, I think the bicentennial will be pretty important to a man who sells souvenirs in front of the Old North Church in Boston. After all, the summer of 1976 is only going to come around once.
Well, I can't argue with you there, but my stock of items is pretty much the same this year as every year. You know, the Red Sox don't change their colors every season like Oakland and some of those others seem to.
That never occurred to you to stock anything besides baseball souvenirs for the tourist trade this summer, huh?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I've got candy bars, chewing gum now. Do you think those will sell better because of the bicentennial?
No, I think you managed to lay in a full supply of items and all missed the point. But thanks for telling us about how you've arranged to blow the chance of a lifetime. And this is Wally Ballou in Boston, sending it back to Bob and Ray in New York.